Morning, kiddos. Today I'm going to talk about the work-based learning program of this summer. Hopefully you've already accepted the Google Classroom. We're going to use that to post notes and some information about what's taking place throughout the week. The work-based program is 6 weeks long. You need to achieve 180 hours. That includes any class time, any industry certification time, uh, your job hours that you work each week. All those things, when accumulated, should come up to about 180 hours within 6 weeks. All right. That's the requirement to receive the stipend. Last year started out to $250, but they upped it to $500 at the end of the program for that 6 weeks. We also provide gas money back and forth to your job and to school. We also provide uniform funds, money reimbursement as well for your expenses for your uniforms and shoes. I also provide, when we meet in person, if we meet at the school or wherever we choose to meet at, I'll provide donuts and something to drink. If we have a long session at school, I'll also provide the food for you for lunch. But it's a fun program. Last year it was fun. Everybody enjoyed it. Some of the things that is required during this program is I have to visit your employer once a week to see how you're doing and to see if there was anything that we could talk about in the classroom to help you with your job. So it's more of a assistance in, like, for instance, we're going to talk about soft skills, which is how you conduct yourself at your job and how to get your work and transportation and budgeting and things like that. We're also going to talk about budgeting. We're going to talk about taxes. We're going to talk about like transportation again. We're going to talk about we're going to do career exploration. We're going to look into how different careers that you may be interested in and what's all entailed in going to school for. We're going to talk about post-education like college. We're going to talk about the FAFSA. We're going to give you as much information as possible to be successful once you graduate from high school. I wish they had something like this when I was a kid and I was finishing up high school, because there's a lot of things I didn't know about. For instance, your credit score, or credit cards, or loans, or car insurance, or how to budget money, how to take care and pay bills. Sometimes as parents, we get busy and we forget to pass these things on to our children until they become adults. And then sometimes we, as children, when we become adults, we get ourselves in a bind and then we go ask help from parents. But if our parents would have, at least I hope they have, but if they haven't, they should have provided this information before you started using money or taught you about it. But if your parents were like mine, they were busy and didn't do it, and so I had to learn the hard way, which was very expensive. So we're going to talk about those things in this class, and we're going to do it virtually, and we're also going to do it in person if possible. But I would like to have one meeting next week, Monday, if possible, in the afternoon, probably around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, for about 3 hours to talk about how we're going to conduct this program. Okay? Sorry for my coughing. There's a couple of forms that we need for you to make sure I have. Is this one right here is an agreement that I need you to take to each one of your employers, and you get them to sign it at the bottom, and y'all bring it back to me. Also, I need weekly you to do this so I can get your hours and record them. so we can keep up with that too. But this should also include on the bottom here hours that you've done in class or virtually, or any lessons, or like the OSHA 30 that we're going to do in the classroom. You need to record the hours that you've done in it on the bottom there. We're going to do OSHA 30. OSHA 30 is very important for jobs that do hands-on construction, trades, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, framing, trucks, road work, oil field. A lot of industry type jobs require you to have OSHA training. And if you have this OSHA training, this card, this 30-hour card, it gives you a leg up. A lot of times the employers will pay you more at startup than most people do when they start up. Because a lot of times they don't have to spend the time to safety train you because you've already been safety trained, which saves them money. The reason why that employers require you to be safety trained is their insurance companies will not bond you if you have not been safety trained, and they won't provide insurance. So if something happens on the job, the employer's out their own pocket. But most of the time, employers will not hire you unless you've had safety training, and that's where the OSHA 30 comes in. It's a very important and sought out certification that a lot of people get, and it's vital to a lot of jobs. Matter of fact, when you go and apply and you put that on there, the first thing they're going to ask you during the interview, hey, I see you got OSHA certified. You got the OSHA 30 certification. That's a good thing for us. So it's always a good step up. Anyways, any type of certification is always a step up when you're applying for a job. Give an example, you got two people with the same qualifications and work and skills and skill set and has the ability. One has certification and one doesn't. Guess which one they're going to go with? The one with the certification. Everybody wants to stress the importance of education. Even if you don't think so at this moment, education has actually saved your life. If you've ever been to a third world country where people don't have access to education, see how they live, and you'll come back saying, thank God I have an education, because you live better now than any country in the world. And the reason why you don't see it is because in our country, it's required for everyone to have. And you don't see children living in landfills or junkyards or anything like that, trying to make money for their family, working at a very young age and not making it. Well, you don't have that problem here in this country. That's why you don't understand it. But if we ever went that way, you would understand it. When we start removing education from our society, that's how this world's going to turn, right? So it's important. If you have any questions, please email me, the school email, and I'll get right back to you as soon as possible. I'm going to have more videos on this program. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to talk about, like I said, soft skills, budgeting, transportation, post-education, credit cards, FAFSA. We're also going to talk about OSHA 30. That is a self-pacing program. We pay for it. It's an expensive training, which is good for you. And again, the minimum hours for that is 30 hours. So that adds on to the 180 hours, takes away from the 180 hours that you require to have. All right? So see you on the flip side.